Hello.
Oh,
Hi, is
hi,
it John?
Brenna, right?
Brennan? Yes.
Brandon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I really appreciate you taking some time to chat with me. It didn't take
Yeah,
all
of
that
course.
long.
Of course, of course. Thank you for reaching out.
No, I think it was really exciting. The series you put on last month. You did a great job of it, Yihan, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a team effort. Team
Yeah,
effort.
I think
Yeah.
it's not that easy to juggle so many people and to make it go rather smoothly.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Do you find it helpful?
Yeah, I did. In fact, I connected with most of the people that you presented from. I'm rather new here.
Okay.
I only moved here a few months ago, and so being someone who's very interested in sustainability,
Yeah.
great opportunity to see all these people who cared a lot about the same things that I do and are engaged in.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Um,
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the purpose of hosting the webinar is to help people um reach out to people like they don't know that are out there doing similar stuff that they are, and collectively I think the impact can be
yeah,
expanded. Yeah.
there were so many ideas, and like it's so amazing if you're into this kind of thing to see what other projects people are working on that there can
Yeah.
be some connections between those. Hopefully, a lot of people that watch that were able to say, "Hey, maybe they've got a resource, or I've got a resource that can help them." You know,
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
is that
Yeah.
the purpose of the Research and Technology Park overall? Is the cooperation?
What's that?
That's the one of the main purposes of the RT Park overall, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. One of our main responsibility is to, or hope is to connect people across industries, across sectors to learn about what each other is doing in this space and to find a common ground to collaborate and to communicate to increase understandings among different stakeholders. So,
That's
yeah.
now you started working with them earlier at the beginning of the year, was it?
Yes, yes. I started beginning of the year. Yeah.
Okay. And what were you doing before that?
So I was working in Detroit and Michigan with the government, the state of Michigan government, and then the city of Detroit government on foreign direct investment. So I was responsible for organizing and executing trade missions to other countries and the targeted markets to attract investments to the state and the city to create jobs for local people. I also design programs and administer tax incentives to companies to lure them to invest in the region for economic growth. Yeah.
Well, I've been hearing
And
a lot of good things about people relocating and businesses relocating to Detroit as well. So you must have done a good job.
oh, thank you. It's I play a small part in the larger um, space and a group of people who are doing this together. But Detroit is definitely on the rise. It was in a really bad condition. I think 10 years ago, and now the city is revitalizing. There is a great energy in the communities to bring the city back and trying to reshape the city to be more, uh, you know, um, sustainable and a technology focus, so that we don't repeat the traditional development path. We're trying to regenerate a new model or a new path for the city.
That's interesting. Now, and of course, anywhere that you work in development in that sphere, being able to find motivated people who want to make investments, that's huge. But I think that was more kind of an aberration to your work personally, because mostly you've worked with ecology a lot, right? I mean, including your work at University of Michigan, you also did some studies in Flint on the water crisis and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I lost you for a couple seconds. Can you
Oh,
repeat
I
the question?
said that your work in finance, bringing investment, was
Yeah.
an aberration from your long background in ecology studies as well. You've done that consistently since the beginning of your career, right?
Yeah, I think the common theme that connects my work in university and in uh, the professional world is economic development. So
Mhm.
when I was in school, I studied natural resource and environmental policy. So I was working with communities that are relying on natural resources for a living to develop alternative income that protect the resources they rely on and also improve their livelihoods. After I graduated, I'm working with major U.S. cities, and each city has its own story and their own strategy for development. But the goal is also, the goal it remains the same, which is improving livelihoods for distressed communities and increase their income and create jobs for them.
Well,
Um,
certainly that's a good background for coming here because these are all concerns that are really relevant in the Virgin Islands and specifically right here in St. Croix.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, the Virgin Islands is a lab for natural resource-based industries like ocean economy, agriculture, forestry, renewable energy. So it's a perfect place to do this.
That's great. So tell me a bit about the concept of the RT Park and how uh, I understand it was founded at the beginning of the 21st century here,
Yeah,
and it's like what's the main the model? Where did that model come from? Do you know?
yeah. So back in 2002, the RT Park was created through legislation. Um, and the initial purpose for creating this private-public partnership is to um, attract more businesses to the Virgin Islands through the partnership with universities and government. So the government passed a legislation to grant the RT Park the right to administer tax incentives and tax exemptions, and that's our business model.
Okay, so there
Um,
are
yeah,
benefits to relocate here.
yes, exactly. So where we have the government granted us the right to administer those tax incentives to maximize businesses' investment in the territory.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we administer and those financial tools on behalf of the government
Are
to
you able,
the private sector.
are you able to say some statistics on the number of businesses that have been attracted by this project and what are some of the outcomes have been?
Yeah, yeah. So the RT Park in the past, I guess like 18 years, were pretty much just relying on alternative referral um, for business attraction. I mean, that was long before I joined, so I didn't know the details. But we traditionally relying on tax attorney referral to identify businesses or potential investors. But
Mhm.
after the Peter Chapman, the current RT Park president and CEO, joined 2 years ago, we've been trying to expand tremendously and trying to use more creative approach for business attraction. Um, so we don't just rely on tax attorney referral. We conduct active, aggressive business market research to identify potential investors, and we've been designing and creating a lot of new programs, such as accelerator, uh, and providing a wide range of services to in addition to granting and administering tax incentives. So because of our new approach, we recruited, I think there are 70 companies in our pipeline now.
Hmm.
And each year we have about 20 companies that come to fruition, that become an RT Park client, which means that they join our program, they have access to those tax incentives, and they registered their business in the VI and fully operate in the
Yeah, and what kinds of businesses are most attractive to you that you'd like to bring here and mostly?
technology and knowledge-based firm. Yeah. So that's RT Park's main focus is technology companies.
Okay.
And within technology space, we have industrial sector specific business attraction strategy. So for example, I focus on renewable energy industry, ocean economy, and agriculture. Yeah, so we, based on the sector, we use different approaches for companies in that industry. But overall, we target companies that are technology intensive and such as the financial sector, the IT services, fintech, etc. Because we believe that the future for
What are
Virgin Islands.
some examples of businesses that have come in the last year or two?
Okay. So there are a lot. So I'll give you an example. So we have of 7 companies in our accelerator program. There are new startups founded by local Virgin Islanders, and one of the startup company use I think a fintech technology to help customers do banking and financial transaction. And their technology is first of its kind in the U.S. Virgin Islands. None of that, nothing like that has been implemented before. So this is a great example. And we also have companies who are doing creative tourism. Tourism is one of the biggest industries in the VI, and this company uses a mobile application that they designed to connect tourists with, host families and the local community, so that tourists can have a more of a local experience in the Virgin Islands. So it shares information with tourists in a creative way, and in that way, the local people can have more opportunities to be employed and to interact with.
What is that company called?
Um, I need to look up the name, but I can write to you after the meeting. Yeah,
Sure.
we have so many companies in the pipeline, but if you want to learn more, I'm happy to share the company profile. Just it's on our website.
How can my listeners contact you or find out more of this if they want to?
Of course.
Oh, no, is there a place that they can look, like a website that has?
Yes, it's called Accelerator VI. So if you Google Accelerator VI, and that our website will come up, and it has the detailed portfolio of all of our companies in our cohort.
Very cool. So it must be, would you say that your job is pretty inspiring, that you end up talking to these technology companies all the time?
Yes, definitely. Yes, it's very inspiring. Yeah, there are a lot of potential. In the USDI, and I think by talking and helping those companies, we can see how their technologies or their business models can be replicated elsewhere for the broader Caribbean region and globally. So we want to use those, resources as an example for other markets and other regions in the world as well.
Would you this kind of business model for other regions in the world that are trying to become a hub for innovation and technology, doing something similar?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think what's valuable about doing this type of work is to learn the pain points of businesses and how to accelerate and revitalize an island economy in a sustainable way. I think, by answering those questions, it's really helpful for other islands in the Caribbean and worldwide to be collaborative opportunities to advance sustainability. Because the island has similar problems across the world, across different regions, and I think having those collaborations, in many with many different stakeholders are very important to advance the conversation.
Yeah, I agree, and I have to say, like, it must be a good position to every interaction that you have, you're probably learning something from all of these. You know, the synergy that's involved here. That
Mm-hmm.
company has certain assets and resources, and then they end up talking to their neighbors, and they find out that together, it's not 1+1 = 2. It's one plus
Yeah,
one equals 5. You know.
yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I've already had some of these good discussions, and Farmpod. I'm working on
Okay.
not only a podcast, but I'm
Uh-huh.
a video about the work that they're doing out there, because
Great.
I'm so motivated by their ideas and their
Yeah,
plan that
yeah.
it could really change the world. You know?
Yes.
So
Yeah, totally. They are in our incubator too. So they are our one of the companies in our first accelerated VI cohort. Yeah. Um, yeah, exactly. So yeah, they're definitely revolutionizing the agriculture industry here. And they're trying to sell it to the mainland US. So we're really happy to see their growth. That's our job, is to help those companies uh, to scale their impact.
yeah, absolutely. It's becoming my concept of a dream job to work with them to help them expand globally in their markets. I think it's fantastic. Well, I want to thank you, Yihan, for joining me for a little while. If people want to learn more about it, they can go to they can Google Accelerator VI, right? That's
Yeah,
the best way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
Google Accelerator VI. Yeah, and that's just one of our programs. So if you go to our website, the University of Virgin Islands RT Park, you'll see a broad range of programs we do. Um, so yeah, and if you want to learn more about Virgin Islands, we have information for everybody who either you're an investor or you're a community member, or you just want to be educated about island economy. We're here for you.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many great reasons to relocate a business out here. You know, just
Yeah,
being in paradise, 90% tax
yeah.
rate. It's amazing. So, um, thank you so much again, and I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with me.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for your time too.
I'll
My
see you.
pleasure. Okay. Have a